Hello everyone, I'm the founder of EIJRP. I will be today, in this video, I will be showing you how to join EIJRP, as maybe people will be confused about it or are new and, still might be confused. So whenever you do first join the server, you will probably be brought to the welcome area of the server where we welcome all of our people, or well, the bot really does it, and then, or a message will pop up and then you can go to a certain channel. And then whenever you go to a certain channel, you have like rules, chat, stuff like that. And one of those would be how to join EIJRP. Or you can just go to the welcome thing and it really says stuff there as well. But if you go to the how to join EIJRP, it has a little bit about EIJRP here, and then you have the steps. So obviously the step one is to go read the rules. Make sure you can even skim through them. Just make sure you know them and have a little gift about what the rules are so you don't break them. So if you do break them, you obviously would still be punished for it, but just make sure you go over those so you don't have to be punished. Step two is going to be going over role sign. Role sign is just where you get your roles. So like if I want to be an LEO, if I wanted to be a fire, if I want to be SIB, if I want to be comms, any of those, you come here and pick those, as well as your platform. If you want to be Xbox or PS4, then you can pick your platforms here. As you guys can see, 5M is not here, even though it's coming soon, because we will not use this interview server, or we will not use an interview server period for our 5M server. But I'm sure we will make an announcement about that and have more information about that in the future. And then department availability. Department availability is going to basically tell you what departments are open, what departments are closed, what departments need more members, what departments don't need members. And the department keys down here, so department availability key status, it basically explains to you what the key, what certain things mean. So like, what does open mean? What does high availability mean? And stuff like that. It all explains it here. So I'm sure you can look at that whenever you're available too. And then third step is basically go to the interview announcements and look when people are hosting interviews, and then please wait for them. So whenever you go here to the interview announcements, whenever someone's hosting interviews, let's say someone was hosting to host interviews right now, you can see that there's a message that would pop up and basically says interviews are happening now. Please follow the list below and make sure you have your assigned your roles and role assign. And after that, please make your way to the waiting room and please check over our department availabilities. Basically, why it's telling you to do this or this is just make sure you have roles. So whenever interviewers do your interview, they don't have to constantly ask you, what department you're in, or what department you're going to join, um, or what platform you are. It will just already be on you so they know. And then have department availability. So whenever you let's say that SIB was closed and you're trying to join SIB. Um, you know, uh, if you look in the department of availability already, you would know that it would be closed, so you don't have to ask that. They don't have to tell you that again. But the rest on with the list, it's number one, make sure you're not AFK when you're in a VC or like when you're waiting for an interview. Even though if you're gonna wait in there, even though you don't have to until they're announced, just don't be AFK or you just won't be interviewed or you can be instantly denied. Sadly, we do those things because we don't want people to be constantly slowing the process when you're just sitting there and you're not trying to get an interview. Number two, don't be deafened. Whenever you're sitting in an interview room when they're being hosted, unless you have to do something, if you have to do something, they go to the AFK chat, which can be found if you scroll up a bit, and then it's in community area, and then you can click on it normally and go to AFK chat and just sit in there until you're done with doing what you're doing. And then third, obviously, thank you for choosing EIJRP. Not many people choose communities. It's kind of just people stick to one. So thank you for those who do join EIJRP. And number four, join the interview waiting room, and wait patiently to be moved into an interview room. So interview rooms, you can only see 5 of them, but interviewers can see all 10. There is 10 interview rooms, um, just because in case there's 10 interviewers that want to do interviews at the same time, there's that many rooms. So you can only see 5 though, and you get pulled into like one of these 5, or you might get pulled into 10, or it really just depends. Normally it's 1 or 2 or 3, just depending on how many interviewers there are. Number 5, make sure you read over the rules and just making sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Which we kind of went over this, but again, even skimming over them, just looking over them a bit, helps just to make sure you know the rules. So we don't have to sit there and ask you constantly, hey, go over the rules, hey, go over the rules, or we don't have to, um, punish you for breaking one of these rules and you'd be like, oh, well, I didn't know that was a rule. If you would have read the rules, you would have known, so it would have been a problem. Um, so that's kind of it. Just if you have any questions, make sure you go to EIJRP FAQ or frequently asked questions to ask any of your or to make sure your questions can be answered here before going to ask staff or questions. And some these kind of simple questions they answer it here, so you don't have to so staff don't have to repeatedly ask them. You can just go here. So I advise you, if you're new and you have questions, go here first and then go to these two questions and ask staff. And maybe some of you guys might ask, what are the difference? The difference is ask staff is for only staff to answer, and then questions are for questions for everyone to answer. And then ticket information is our basically our support system, I guess you can say, where if you need to report something, you need to report a staff member, and then if you need assistance with stuff in general, so like um, rewards or boosting and stuff like that. So I hope this video did help with the EIJRP, the members that are coming soon to EIJRP, and the members that might be already in EIJRP. I guess it won't help you, but I mean, in case it's a good video, you know. Uh, but otherwise, thank you for those who are watching, and again, thank you for those who decided to join EIJRP, and hopefully you do have fun. Again, if you do have any problems, feel free to go into the interview server report use any one of these tickets to report anything. Normally here at EIJRP we don't have much problems. So, have any questions, again, feel free to open a ticket or ask your questions. Have a nice one, guys.